Absolutely, beautifully. I'll repost. Peggy has written beautifully about this. I'll repost Peggy's piece on my Facebook page. Now, Peggy, this is woeful, this stuff. Hunter Biden's hard drive now shows that Hunter Biden and his firm, according to documents from Senate Republicans, took about $11 million from 2013 to 2018 via his roles as an attorney and a board member with a Ukrainian firm which has been accused of bribery, and his work with a Chinese businessman now accused of fraud. Now, this is from an NBC News analysis of a copy of Biden's hard drive and iCloud documents released by Republicans on 2 Senate committees. Peggy, are Americans taking this stuff seriously?
Well, I think they finally are, and the heat is certainly turning up on Joe Biden. And the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is actually going to be holding a press conference on Wednesday and has promised to show a lot of documentation. There's a whistleblower that has come out from inside government who has accused that government has actually stonewalled this investigation and buried the story on it. And so James Comer has said he has documentation of that. We'll see that if he's able to produce that. But I think the American people rightfully are concerned and are finally paying attention to this.
I mean, it raises questions, doesn't it, about national security, to say nothing of business ethics, with the son of the president, or even if he was then vice president, in lockstep with Chinese partners. Now, for our viewers, NBC News reported that an ex-business partner, cop this, had warned Hunter Biden he should amend his tax returns to disclose $400,000 in income from this Ukrainian firm, Burisma, which I would have thought is very odd. Peggy, do we know whether any of this income went to his father or was the consequence of his father then being vice president?
Well, what they're uncovering in this investigation is that there are many LLCs or corporations. So there's kind of this shell game. The money goes into one, it's passed to another. We originally knew that there were a couple of Biden family members that were receiving payments indirectly from China and Russia and others. But now it appears that there's up to a dozen family members. So it's really concerning because we're looking at influence peddling at best. We're seeing a pay for play scheme. Was there money exchanged for policy? Joe Biden actually admitted as much when he talked about some of the things that happened in Ukraine. And so we are going to get to the bottom of this, and none of this looks good for Joe Biden and his family.
I mean, it is staggering stuff. There's expenditure compiled on Hunter Biden's hard drive, which showed that he spent $200,000 per month from October 2017 to February 2018 on luxury hotel rooms. This is all on the hard drive. Porsche car payments, dental work and cash withdrawals. He admitted to burning through cash to pay for drugs and partying, he said, with strangers who stole money from him. And he struggled to pay multiple mortgages or keep up with alimony and child support payments to his ex-wife. Peggy, how dysfunctional can you get? I mean, it's beyond belief, all this stuff, the Biden family.
Well, Hunter Biden, of course, is a sad state. And, you know, some families have members of their family like that, but it goes far beyond that. It's dangerous if Joe Biden is compromised. And one of the bombshells that came out this week, Alan, was, if you remember back to just prior to the 2020 election, there was a letter that was signed by 51 intelligence officials that was released saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was, in essence, Russian disinformation or had all the markings of it. We now know not only was that not true, but was done specifically, signed for political purposes for Joe Biden to use as talking points on the debate stage. And we heard him use that as an argument against Trump's accusation. And so this is not true. And we have to imagine that it did have an influence and an impact on the 2020 election.